Hey Pinheads, do you ever wonder what would happen if horror villains faced off? Well, so do we. So what we've done is we've taken 22 of the most badass horror villains and put them at random on a bracket. We will have these villains face off one battle at a time until we reach the ultimate number one villain who would win it all. If you haven't done this yet, please subscribe. If you like what you're seeing, please like. Also, please comment. We always enjoy seeing what you have to say. Thank you very much. Do that shit.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Pinheads. welcome back, Pinheads. Speaking of Pinheads, if you've been watching this, we are doing the horror villain bracket that is brought back from popular demand based off of our March Madness horror director bracket. The reason I said speaking of Pinhead is because we are now on battle number 4. Battle number 4 is Pinhead versus John Carpenter's The Thing. So, that being said, we will quickly go over their attributes a little bit to kind of refamiliarize ourselves with what we're looking at here, and we'll kind of discuss a fight, and then we'll go to the popular choice from there. With Pinhead, we're talking about a variety of supernatural abilities, including mastery over chains and hooks. He has teleportation. Teleportation.
Is that like macabre?
Teleportation 9/11.
And manipulation of the environment. He can also conjure objects, inflict pain and torture, and even turn victims into Cenobites. Very interesting. Now, he's up against John Carpenter's The Thing, and John Carpenter's The Thing is basically a creature that can shapeshift, imitate other beings, and take over another living form. I think that this one has grounds for a little bit of discussion on what a battle would look like. Probably more so than the Pennywise Jaws debacle. Steve, tell us what you think here, man. You said it's over quick. How so?
It's over quick. Pinhead is from hell, correct? Mm-hmm. Hell is hot. Fire, mm-hmm. for that matter. And if you guys remember the Petri dish scene with The Thing, doesn't seem to fire too much. So, because of that, even if the thing, whatever the creature is, were to try to take Pinhead over or whatever, he just could go back to hell and burn the thing up. So, I think that's my only reason why I'm going to go with Pinhead, and I haven't put too much more thought into it other than that. So,
okay, Liza, what do you got?
I agree. I think Pinhead's going to take it this one.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with that. I was kind of thinking about a scenario where maybe the Thing might be able to take over a Cenobite or something. But Pinhead's got his little gang, man, and they are pretty fierce. And I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I guess there really isn't too much of a debate on this one. I would say that Pinhead is going to take down the Thing in a physical battle. With that being said, did you guys have a differing opinion as far as either popularity or favorites go?
Well, you guys know The Thing is one of my favorite horror movies. I mean, quite frankly, one of my favorite movies of all time. So that's kind of, if we're hypothesizing who would win in a fight, I think for the reasons I've made pretty clear, Pinhead's the winner.
Yeah, but I'm also asking you to choose like who you think is going to win from an overall perspective, not just in a fight, but popularity as far as what people like more, who would have higher scores as far as their movies go. I mean, this is a whole all around well-rounded I put a lot of effort into my math on this. There's a lot of numbers here.
If you're like me, you're probably wondering, how do these guys know who actually win these battles? Well, I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit of insight to that. I had a bunch of horror fans fill out surveys based on such attributes like likability, kill, style, creativity, danger level, uniqueness, how iconic they are, their backstory, appearance, and their movie or franchise likability. Besides these scores, I've also taken the scores from the IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, as well as other websites that rate movies, and taken all the scores from their films or franchises, along with the survey numbers, and did all the math stuff, which was a lot of math stuff. Then I came up with a score. That score is what these villains have going up against each other. But it's still fun to discuss and fantasize and think about who we feel would win in each of these battles. So please go ahead and comment your thoughts on that, and I would love to discuss or debate that some more. It's really just a fun thing to do for us horror fans.
The tough thing with the thing is that it really never had a form identify as its like starting point, right? I mean,
yeah.
I guess when the dog went all freaky and everything, but even then it was just a bunch of body parts from different things and stuff. So I don't know if it's kind of difficult to not be able to understand what it is to begin with, or what if it's just a virus that gets into the bloodstream. It's kind of hard to really know or conceptualize what it could be, and quite frankly, that's just not scary to me. If you don't have a body to start, how can you fight? So
okay, but wait a second right there. You actually just gave me kind of an argument for the Thing side in a way. Now, we're in a fantasy world here, obviously. We're talking about horror villains versus one another. I actually think the way that this would have to play out now, if I was to make this movie or if I was to create this concept, is that the Thing would have to invade something bigger, something stronger. Perhaps, and this is just totally a fucking friggin' example of like, what if Godzilla? What if the Thing took over Godzilla? I mean, Godzilla versus Pinhead really is what you'd be looking at, like a possessed Godzilla almost, or a deformed Godzilla. If you think about the Thing taking on another form, maybe in that instance it might give Pinhead a little bit of a run for his money.
I suppose so, but I don't know how often Pinhead goes out for a walk on the beach when Godzilla is around.
Pinhead's everywhere,
the
man.
Thing be floating around too. I don't know, man.
Pinhead's everywhere.
I think that's a stretch.
Dude, these horror villains go to space. They go to the Hood. They go to Manhattan. These Leprechaun in the Hood, for example. These villains go everywhere, man. So it's not unlikely or impossible that Hellraiser would be taking a vacation on the beach and Godzilla happens to be out there, and Thing just happens to be, floating around and crawls up Godzilla's ass or whatever it is that he's going to do in that situation. It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, then it's Godzilla versus Pinhead, not the Thing, in my opinion. So
that's a good point. That's a very good point as well. So how do you feel, guys? Godzilla versus Pinhead. I'm just kidding. The Thing versus Pinhead.
Pinhead.
Are you sticking with Pinhead, Steve, based on everything that we've discussed as far as overall franchise popularity and everything else?
I am sticking with Pinhead.
Okay. I am also sticking with Pinhead, and that's just because I don't really like the Thing, and you guys know that. I'm not really a big fan of the Thing. I like Pinhead. I like Hellraiser 1. I feel like Hellraiser went too far. I'm not into all the Hellraiser movies, but I like Hellraiser 1 a lot. So if you guys are ready, I'll go ahead and tally the votes.
Please wait while we calculate the results.
Fight! Apocalypse! Killing frenzy! I demand a sacrifice. Finish him! Game over. Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
And the winner is...
The Thing!
Oh, wow. Okay.
Steve is on a losing streak here. He is 3 losses to 1 win. Liza is 3 wins to 1 loss, the opposite of Steve. And I am 2-2. 2 wins and 2 losses at this point. We're going to continue this on, and we'll see you at the next battle.
Hey, Pinheads, if you're listening to this, you've been watching our 22 bracket horror villain face-off. I would encourage you to continue to watch, because we've got a lot more coming. we will find out who the ultimate horror villain is. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please like if you like what you're seeing. And please comment. We would love to know who you think would win in these battles. Also, make sure that you keep an eye out in the future because we will be doing more of these brackets and I would love to get your opinion. We will be putting surveys out there and you can be a part of this. And your score can matter as well. Thank you for watching. See you soon.
This is an interesting one. This one I feel like is more likely to happen.
I don't know. Pinhead and the Thing sounds like a Ren and Stimpy like sub cartoon.